Yeah. You're live. Wait, we need to do this first? Yeah, town clerk. Oh, I think. I want one. Ready? Okay. Good evening. Welcome to our Walker Reorganization meeting. Madam Clerk, I believe we have to read the announcement. Is that correct? Go ahead.
You want me to read it?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm reading the first page of the extra result. That's okay. Town of Walker holds reorganization meeting on Wednesday, January 4th, 2023 at Town Hall, 99 Tower Drive, Building A. Members present are Supervisor Serrano, Councilman Coyne, Councilman Valentin, Councilman Meyer, and Councilman Johnson. The meeting will be opened by the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before the record, the notice was posted in public for this meeting.
This is a special meeting of the town board and a regular reorganization meeting of the town of Walker, which will be held during the first few days of the year. The purpose of this meeting is to reorganize the town, set appointments, set salaries, and handle related matters. This is a special meeting and no other related term business will be conducted. On a motion by Mr. Serrano, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Coyne, that each month, the fourth Thursday will be designated as regular town board meeting nights to be held at the Town Hall, 99 Tower Drive, Building A, at 7:30 p.m. And that each Wednesday will be designated as a work session to be held at 7 p.m. The second Thursday of each month will be reserved for an optional regular town board meeting at the election of the town board, with such meetings to be announced by a posting on the town's website. Mr. Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that every Friday be designated as payday for all town departments, and that the town board authorizes the use of a facsimile stamp plate upon the signed approval of all payrolls by the supervisor. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Councilman Coyne,
Yes.
Councilman Valentin,
Yes.
Councilman Meyer,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
the following salaries for elected officials of the town of Walker will be set as follows. 60% supervisor, 56,477.63. 40% come, 60% will come from the general fund, and 40% will come from the water and sewer. 37,651.77. And the stipend for budget officer is $10,712. Town clerk, $69,948.01. Town justice, $47,678.50. And we have 3 town justices, Justice Owen, and Justice Green. Councilman Mark Coyne, $16,388.73. Councilman Eric Valentin, $16,388.73. Councilman Meyer, $16,388.73. Councilman Johnson, $16,388.73. Deputy Supervisor, $3,000. Second Deputy Supervisor, $2,900. Receiver of taxes, $28,944.08. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Councilman Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin, Mr. Meyer,
Having not had the opportunity to review this, I'm gonna abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the salaries for personnel in the Town Justice Court office be set as follows. Clerk to Justice Patrick Owen, 49,931.71. Clerk to Justice Peter Green, 54,520.88. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Having received this at 2 p.m. and not having had time to review it, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
resolved that the town board of the town of Walkville authorizes Louisa Ingrassia, town clerk, Linda Harahan, tax receiver, Justice Joseph Owen, Justice Patrick Owen, Justice Peter Green, Deborah Sayers, and Mary Mallon with facsimile stamp for justices' accounts to sign checks for their respective offices. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
That Louisa Ingrassia be appointed registrar of vital statistics to be compensated pursuant to a separate agreement with the town board. On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that Louisa Ingrassia be appointed bingo inspector at no additional salary when on to official town business mileage for use of cards, any mailing and telephone expenses are reimbursed. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that Robert Hertman's salary be set at $136,886.96 to perform the duties of chief of police. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received this at 2 today and not having a chance to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that Antonino Spano's salary be set at $135,588.02 to perform the duties of deputy chief of police. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received this document at 2 today, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that Robert McLemore's salary be set at $128,308.59 to perform the duties of police lieutenant. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document at 2 and not having an opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by that Lou Anderson, I don't want to mispronounce her name, Lucretia Anderson, be appointed as comptroller for the town of Walkville and an annual salary of $114,400. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document at 2 today and not having had an opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
That Brandy Yan be appointed as deputy receiver of taxes and assessments to receive water payments at no additional salary. I'm sorry, on a motion by the supervisor, seconded by
Second.
Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Mr. Coyne.
Yes.
Mr. Valentin.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that Cheryl Gross be appointed as deputy comptroller of the town of Walkville at an annual salary of $93,600. Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Mr. Coyne.
Yes.
Mr. Valentin.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Having received the document at 2 today and not having an opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that Darlene Lewis be appointed clerk to the supervisor at an annual salary of $48,360. And the salary shall be allocated as follows: 60% from the general fund, 20% from the water fund, 20% from the sewer fund. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received this document at 2 today and not having an opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Lawrence Cotton be appointed as part-time clerk in the supervisor's office at a rate of $18 per hour. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coleman,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
No.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the 2023 annual salary of the town assessor, Lisa Trucca, be hereby fixed at $104,489.05. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Having received the document at 2 today and not having had the opportunity to review, I vote abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Mercedes Picture be appointed as deputy town clerk by the elected town clerk at a salary of $47,080.18 per year. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Having received the document at 2 and not having had the opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Mercedes Picture be appointed as deputy registrar of vital statistics and sub-registrar at no additional salary. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Josephine Cranley will be appointed as second deputy town clerk and sub-registrar at a salary of $41,601.
Second.
Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Having received the document at 2 today, and having have not had the opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the annual salary of the Commissioner of Public Works Superintendent of Highways for the calendar year 2023 be set at $132,894.57, and that Louis J. Grassi Jr. be appointed to that position expiring on December 31st, 2023. The breakdown of the payroll is 30% highway, 30% general fund, 20% water, and 20% sewer. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Having received the document at 2 today and not having had the opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
the annual salary of the administrative clerk to the Commissioner of Public Works be set at $68,050.49, and that Michelle Baker be appointed to that position. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Having received the document today at 2 and not having had the opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
And the payroll breakdown of Mrs. Baker's salary is 30% highway, 30% general, 20% water, and 20% sewer. On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the police chief and the Commissioner of Public Works be appointed emergency management co-directors for the town of Walkville. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Cindy Miller be appointed by the receiver of taxes and assessments as deputy receiver of taxes and assessments at a rate of $18 per hour. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Tom Nosworthy be appointed town of Walkville historian at a salary of $2,237.74 per year, and that June Vandershaft be appointed as assistant town historian at a salary at no salary. Sorry. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Having received the document at 2 today and not having had the opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
That Jane Dever be appointed stenographer to the zoning board of appeals at $105 per meeting plus $1 per page over 25 pages. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document today of two, and not having had the opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the zoning board of appeals members be paid at $2,100 per member per year, and the chairman at $3,400 per year, and that Roger DeRozier be appointed as chairman of the zoning board of appeals. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document of two today, and not having had the opportunity to review, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the following individuals be appointed to the town of Walthall Ethics Board. Mary Dangerous, Barbara Maxey, Dennis Salvucci, Bob Lund. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the planning board members be paid at $5,515.17 per member per year, and that the chairman at $10,404.94 per year, and the vice chairman at $6,518.89 per year, and that Gary Lake be appointed as chairman of the planning board. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that MEG Engineering, TPC, and Casey Engineering and Land Surveying, PC, WSP Cells, and Pittenjarl and Deutsche Consulting Engineers, PC, be contracted as engineers for the town of Walthall, which appointments shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the town of Walthall Town Board appoints PKF O'Connor and Davies as auditors for 2023, appointed for the town financial audit and the court financial audit. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having not received this document until two, and not having had the opportunity to review, and not seeing any of the RFPs, I'm going to vote no.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
the town of Walthall Town Board appoints RVP CPAs to conduct an independent review of the town comptrollers and court bank reconciliations and the town of Walthall Industrial Development Agency annual audit. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the town of Walthall Town Board appoints capital market advisors as financial advisors for 2023. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that DeGraw Dehan and MAG Engineering, DPC, and Weldon at PC be contracted as architects for the town of Walthall, which appointment shall be deemed at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by, that Marshall and Sterling be contracted as insurance agents for the town of Walthall, which appointment shall be deemed at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
And a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that WSP Cells be appointed as the town of Walthall traffic consultants, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that NHE Engineering DPC, KC Engineering and Land Surveying PC, Malcolm Curry, Arcadis Hanson, Van Vliet LLC, and P&D Engineering, and CT Mail be appointed as the Town of Walkville Consulting Engineers, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Brustein, Shapiro, Frank, and Barone LLP be named attorneys for the Town of Walkville, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document and two, not having had the opportunity to review the document or any RFPs associated, I'm going to vote no.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Catania, Mahon, and Ryder, PLLC, be contracted as zoning board attorneys for the Town of Walkville, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document at two today and not having had the opportunity to review the document or any RFPs associated, I vote no.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a
Is this
motion-
a reorg meeting? Is this a reorg meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Bluestein, Shapiro, Frank, and Barone LLP, Catania, Mahon, and Ryder, PLLC, and Bond, Checknick, and King,
Bond, Shenick, and
whatever he said, be contracted as attorneys for the Town of Walkville, Water and Sewer Department for special projects, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document at two and not having had the opportunity to review or to review any of the RFPs associated, I vote no.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Bluestein, Shapiro, Frank, and Barone LLP be contracted as attorneys for the Town of Walkville Planning Board, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
No.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Guess you can do that.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Jasper Schlesinger LLP and Bluestein, Shapiro, Frank, and Barone LLP be contracted as attorneys for the Town of Walkville for tax certiorari and assessment proceedings within the assessor's office, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Having received the document at two today and not having had the opportunity to review or any of the RFPs available, I vote no.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
That John Bach Esquire be contracted as prosecutor for the Town of Walkville and Justice Joseph Owens Court and Justice Peter Green's Court, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes, and I second that.
On a motion, I'm sorry, on a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that Leonard Kessler Esquire be contracted as prosecutor for the Town of Walkville and Justice Patrick Owen Court and Justice Peter Green's Court, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
For the reasons stated previously, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that John Bach Esquire and Leonard Kessler Esquire are contracted as backup prosecutors for the Town of Walkville, which appointment shall be deemed to be at will. Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
For the reasons stated previously, I abstain.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the following individuals be reappointed to the Town of Waltham Human Rights Commission. Sasha Denis, Tony Keys, Andrea Sol, Dennis Hagan, Lorenzo Mar, and Lynn Perkins. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
Someone else should second.
someone,
Yeah, no, yeah,
Mr. Valentin,
Yeah, he's saying.
yeah.
that the following individuals be appointed or reappointed to the Town of Waltham Industrial Development Agency. Mark Coyne, Paul Erickson, Joseph Stewart, Kevin Mulqueen, Dave Cologne. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Council, Mr. Coyne,
Abstain.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
So.
that the official newspapers for the Town of Waltham be the Times Herald Record and the Waltham Valley Times. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by, that mileage allowance be the IRS 2023 mileage reimbursement rate of 65.5 cents per mile when personal vehicles are used for official town business. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that paid cash funds be established for the following offices and amounts as indicated, and that department heads be authorized to sign checks up to the amounts set forth herein with the exception of the Recreation Department. Police, $400. Comptroller Water Billing, $150. Building Inspector, $200. Recreation, $100. Comptroller, $200. Town Clerk, $100. Town Justice, $600. Superintendent of Highways, $100. Assessor, $20. Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by,
Second.
that the following banking institutions be named as authorized depositories for the Town of Waltham: Orange Bank and Trust and Chase Bank. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Abstain.
Mr. Meyer,
Can I ask a question? Do we even use Chase Bank anymore? Because I don't think we do. I would hope that we don't use it anymore. Is there a particular reason why we have it if we don't use it?
As far as I know, I'm still using something, I won't confirm it, but.
Okay.
I believe that I occasionally do see a document come from Chase Bank. There may be some bond.
I was told that we didn't have any more accounts there. That's why.
My recommendation for this evening is to approve it,
Okay.
and if there's no accounts there, there's no accounts there, I don't want to foreclose on accounts.
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Meyer and Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
I'll second that.
Mr. Valentin. That George Serrano be appointed delegate to the Association of Towns and Mark Coyne be appointed as an alternate. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor
You don't need to
Serrano,
vote on this.
It can just be read.
seconded.
These can just be read.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That the following board members be appointed to the respective committees by the supervisor, and that the supervisor will serve as an ex officio member of all committees: Water and Sewer, Eric Johnson, Highway, Mark Point; Code Review, Building Department, Eric Johnson; Recreation and Community Events, Eric Valentin and Mark Point; Police Department and Emergency Services Liaison, Eric Valentin; Equalization and Assessment, Mark Point; Golf Course, Eric Valentin; Human Rights, Neil Meyer; Finance, Eric Johnson; Senior Citizens, George Serrano; Personnel Committee, Eric Valentin, Eric Johnson; Liaison to Veterans Affairs Committee, Mark Point. Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
We need to vote on this? I think we do. These are appointments by the supervisor.
Okay, that Supervisor George Serrano appoints Mark Coyne as Deputy Supervisor and Eric Valentin as second deputy supervisor in accordance with civil defense regulations. There's no vote necessary.
This one. Next one.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second. Mr. Johnson.
Supervisor Serrano be authorized to sign checks, drafts, notes, etc. to authorize banks. Supervisor Serrano,
I abstain.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that Deputy Supervisor Mark Coyne and Second Deputy Supervisor Eric Valentin be authorized to sign checks, drafts, notes, etc. to the authorized banks in the absence of the supervisor. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne.
Yes.
Mr. Valentin.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that the town board hereby adopts the schedule of fees and fines dated as of January 1st, 2023, which schedule is on file in the office of the town clerk.
Just as a note, this is the schedule, the last one that the board adopted by resolution. That hasn't been changed.
Thank you.
Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
On a motion by Supervisor Serrano, seconded by
Second.
that this meeting be adjourned at
33.
7:33 p.m. Mr. Supervisor Serrano,
Yes.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,